Nobody talks about perimenopause and menopause. Not really. We hear about hot flashes and mood swings, sure, but what about the heaviness in your legs, the anxiety sitting in your belly, the way your hips feel locked, your lower back aches without reason, and your bladder seems to have a mind of its own? These aren't just symptoms, they're signals. Your body is going through one of the most profound transitions of your life, and it's asking for support in ways most doctors never mention. Today I'm going to show you two simple, powerful movements that can transform how you feel during perimenopause and menopause. These aren't trendy exercises. They're gentle, deeply effective, and reconnect you with your body in the places where women store the most tension, fatigue, and unprocessed emotion. Before we begin, tell me, have you felt like your body is trying to tell you something but nobody's listening? Drop a comment below. I want to hear your story. Let's begin. Movement number 1, the butterfly stretch. Benefit 1, restores circulation, bladder support, and pelvic floor health. Here's what no one tells you about perimenopause. As your hormones shift, circulation slows down, especially in your pelvis and legs. Your inner thigh muscles, the adductors, are like hidden highways for blood and lymph through your pelvic region. When they tighten from years of sitting, stress, and hormonal changes, everything backs up. That's why you suddenly feel heavy, swollen, and achy in places you never did before. The butterfly stretch opens those pathways. It releases chronic tension in the adductors, allowing oxygen-rich blood to reach your pelvic organs and lower limbs. But here's the part most people miss. Your lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. It relies entirely on muscle movement to flush waste and inflammation. This stretch activates the exact muscles that help milk lymph through your pelvis, reducing puffiness, joint stiffness, and that vague sense of being off all day long. And here's what's empowering. During perimenopause and menopause, declining estrogen weakens the tissues that support your bladder and pelvic floor. This stretch activates your adductor muscles, which directly influence pelvic alignment and bladder support. When these muscles are weak or rigid, they pull on the ligaments that affect your bladder's position, contributing to urgency, leakage, and constant discomfort. By practicing this movement regularly, you're reawakening neuromuscular signals that restore tone, alignment, and circulation to your pelvic organs. Imagine sleeping through the night without getting up to pee. Imagine walking through your day without checking where the nearest bathroom is. That freedom is possible. Benefit 2, releases deep hip and lower back pain at the root. That dull, nagging ache in your lower back, that stiffness deep in your hips. If you're in perimenopause or menopause, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But here's what most people don't realize. The source of this pain usually isn't your spine. It's your hips. Your inner thigh and groin muscles connect directly to your pelvis, and your pelvis is the foundation for your entire spine. When these muscles tighten with hormonal changes, stress, and prolonged sitting, they pull on your pelvic bones, creating misalignment that radiates up into your lower back or down into your hips. The butterfly stretch works differently than typical stretches. It targets the deeper, stabilizing muscles that influence both pelvic tilt and lumbar spine balance. As tension melts from your adductors and groin, your back feels freer, your hips feel less locked, and even walking becomes smoother. This stretch also creates gentle traction through your lower spine, which decompresses tight vertebrae, reduces nerve pressure, and improves mobility. Most back pain treatments focus on the back itself, but this stretch treats the root, not just the symptom. It's gentle enough for daily practice, yet deep enough to create lasting structural change. Benefit 3, releases trapped emotions, improves posture, and reawakens your life force. Here's something almost nobody talks about. Your body remembers everything, especially in your pelvic region. This area stores emotional tension, stress, fear, grief, and unresolved experiences. For women going through perimenopause and menopause, this shows up as unexplained anxiety, restlessness, mood swings, or feeling disconnected from yourself. When you sit in the butterfly pose and begin moving slowly, rhythmically, something subtle shifts. You're not just opening your hips, you're sending a signal to your nervous system that it's safe to relax. Slow, conscious movement paired with deep breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part that says, "You're safe now, you can rest." During menopause, when cortisol and adrenaline spike unpredictably, this is essential. Women often tell me they feel emotional during this practice. Some cry, some laugh, some just feel a wave pass through them, like a release they didn't know they needed. That's the hidden beauty of working with your pelvis. It frees not just your muscles, but your mind. And as you open your hips and activate your inner thighs, you naturally realign your pelvis, which allows your spine to stack properly. Your chest lifts without effort. Your breathing becomes deeper. Your body remembers what ease feels like. You'll walk taller, sit more evenly, and feel more grounded. This movement also reawakens your pelvic vitality. Each gentle movement increases blood flow, oxygenation, and energy circulation, improving not just how your body feels, but how it functions. Women report reduced bloating, a firmer lower abdomen, even a brighter glow in their face. Better circulation in the pelvis influences hormone balance, digestion, and posture, all essential for aging with grace, not resistance. Movement number 2, the glute bridge. If the butterfly stretch opens and releases, the glute bridge rebuilds and strengthens. Together, they're the perfect pair for women navigating perimenopause and menopause. Benefit 1. Rebuilds pelvic floor strength, prevents prolapse, and reduces leakage during menopause. Declining estrogen weakens the connective tissue that holds your pelvic organs in place. This is why so many women experience pelvic organ prolapse, or that feeling of heaviness or pressure down there, along with leakage and urgency. The glute bridge directly strengthens your pelvic floor, glutes, and deep core muscles. These are the muscles that lift and support your bladder, uterus, and bowel. Each time you lift your hips, you're engaging your pelvic floor naturally, without forcing or squeezing. This functional strengthening is far more effective than isolated Kegel exercises because it trains your entire support system to work together. Over time, this reduces leakage, urgency, and that sense of falling apart from the inside. You'll feel stable, supported, and in control again. Strong glutes also protect your lower back. Weak glutes are one of the biggest reasons women experience chronic lower back pain during menopause. When your glutes aren't firing properly, your lower back compensates, leading to strain and discomfort. This movement reactivates your gluteal muscles, which are essential for hip stability, spinal alignment, and pain-free movement. Strong glutes also protect your knees and make everyday activities like climbing stairs and standing up feel easier. Benefit 2. Increases bone density, improves hip mobility, and prevents stiffness. One of the most serious risks during menopause is bone loss. Estrogen helps protect bone density, and when it declines, your risk of osteoporosis and fractures increases dramatically. Weight-bearing exercises like the glute bridge stimulate bone growth. When you press your feet into the ground and lift your hips, you're creating resistance that signals your bones to stay strong. This movement specifically targets your hips, spine, and pelvis, the exact areas most vulnerable to fractures later in life. Menopause also brings stiffness, especially in the hips and lower body. Hormonal changes affect your fascia, tendons, and ligaments, making you feel less flexible and more stuck. The glute bridge gently opens the front of your hips, the hip flexors, while strengthening the back, the glutes and hamstrings. This balance is essential for pain-free movement and preventing that forward-leaning posture so common in aging. You'll notice it when you walk, bend down, or get out of bed. Movement becomes easier. Your body feels more fluid, less mechanical. Benefit 3. Supports better sleep and boosts your sense of strength. Many women in menopause struggle with sleep, not just because of hot flashes, but because of physical tension they carry all day long. The glute bridge releases stored tension in your hips, lower back, and pelvic floor. When practiced before bed, it signals your nervous system to downshift, preparing your body for deep, restorative rest. Pair it with slow, deep breathing, and you've created a powerful evening ritual that calms both body and mind. And there's something deeply empowering about feeling strong again. Not gym strong, but grounded, capable, in your body strong. The glute bridge reminds you that your body is still powerful, still capable, still yours. Each lift is a reclaiming, a reminder that you haven't lost your strength. You've just forgotten where it lives. How to practice. The butterfly stretch. Seated version. Sit tall on a firm surface. Bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall gently to the sides. Don't force them down. Place your hands around your feet or ankles. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, softly flutter your knees up and down, like butterfly wings. Go slow. 30 to 50 gentle pulses. Stay relaxed. Breathe deeply. Lying down version. Lie on your back. Bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees drop open. Rest here. Breathe. Let gravity open your hips. Add gentle knee pulses if comfortable, or simply stay still and breathe for 2 to 5 minutes. Listen to your body. The goal is space, not strain. How to practice. The glute bridge. Lie on your back with knees bent and feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Press your arms gently into the floor beside you. Take a breath in. As you exhale, press through your heels and lift your hips toward the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Keep your core engaged. Don't overarch your back. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds. Slowly lower back down with control. Repeat 10 to 15 times. Tips. Keep your knees aligned over your ankles. Focus on your glutes doing the work, not your lower back. If this feels too easy, hold at the top for 5 to 10 seconds. If it feels too hard, place a cushion under your hips for support and practice smaller lifts. Avoid the butterfly stretch if you recently had pelvic, hip, or abdominal surgery, experience acute groin or hip pain, have severe osteoporosis, or have a history of blood clots. Avoid the glute bridge if you have a herniated disc or acute lower back injury, recently had spinal or pelvic surgery, experience dizziness when lying on your back, or have uncontrolled high blood pressure. When in doubt, consult your healthcare provider. This practice is about healing, not pushing through pain. 2 movements, 1 invitation. In a world that tells women to just deal with it when it comes to perimenopause and menopause, these 2 movements offer something revolutionary. A return to your body, a reclaiming of your strength, a gentle unraveling of everything you've been holding. The butterfly stretch opens, releases, and reconnects you to your pelvic vitality. The glute bridge rebuilds, strengthens, and reminds you that your body is still powerful. Together, they create balance, softness and strength, release and resilience. This isn't about perfection. It's about giving your body, especially the parts that have quietly carried you through decades, a chance to be heard. Start small. Even 5 minutes a day can change everything. Let this be a ritual, not a routine, a conversation with your body, not a checklist. And remember, menopause isn't an ending, it's a threshold. With practices like these, you're not just surviving the transition, you're stepping into the most powerful, grounded version of yourself yet. If this resonated with you, drop a comment below. Have you tried these movements? If you have done it, how did you feel? Will you start today? And if you know another woman navigating this journey, send this her way. She deserves to feel this kind of support. Your body is listening. Let's begin again, together.